Hey guys, WhiteFox1225 here, and with everyone bunkered down from the virus, I figured it would be a fitting time to talk about the two biggest plagues and pandemics Tamriel has ever experienced over the eras. So today, we'll be going over the lore covering the Thrassian Plague and the Knahaten Flu, which are by far the two deadliest diseases found in Tamriel. So let's start with the Thrassian Plague. The Thrassian Plague was an engineered illness created by the Slode and named after their home island of Thrass. The Slode created and spread the Thrassian Plague in the year 2260 of the First Era. Their exact motivations are unknown, but they have a long documented hatred of Tamriel and its races, especially the Somerset Isles, so it's safe to say this was an attempt to weaken their enemies and sort of get revenge. And they did greatly succeed in that because the Thrassian Plague quickly spread across the western half of Tamriel, killing half of all men and mer living there. The Khajiit were particularly affected, with a large amount of the catfolk being killed, and the region that was once unified before the disease kind of fell apart into instability and infighting. The disease lingered in Tamriel for almost 100 years, eventually being cured by an Altmer known as Archmage Cyrabane. He used a powerful warlock's ring to destroy the disease and cure some of the people on Tamriel. Although the plague was over, the men and mer of Tamriel would not soon forget the act of the Slode. So to get revenge, the nations of Tamriel created the All Flags Navy. This was a combined force of races, and the navy sailed to Thrass and invaded the Coral Islands. Together they killed every Slode they could find and used powerful magic to sink Thrass into the sea. In the battle, about half of the All Flags Navy fleet was destroyed, and the Slode would eventually recover to rebuild Thrass, although it would take many years. There are some who claim that when the Slode realized they wouldn't win the battle, they purposely sunk their own island in order to retreat into the sea. But either way, the Slode were temporarily destroyed and Tamriel was saved from the Thrassian Plague. Moving on, let's talk about the deadly Knahaten Flu. The flu lasted roughly 43 years, from the year 560 of the Second Era to year 603. The Knahaten Flu started in Stormhold, a major city of Blackmarsh, but by either luck or by design, the Argonians were immune to the flu. Nevertheless, it quickly killed all non-Argonian residents of Blackmarsh and spread throughout Tamriel. Symptoms included rashes, bleeding eyes, nosebleeds, and ultimately death, which was fairly quick, usually coming within the first week after contracting the disease. The flu killed a massive amount of Tamriel citizens, and once again the poor Khajiit seemed to get it the worst. In fact, it was so bad in Elsewhere that the Khajiits took to burning a large amount of their province and cities to cleanse it from the disease. The origin of the flu is hotly debated, but there are two main theories. Most residents of Tamriel claim it was created by the Argonians, who were bitter and angry from decades of mistreatment and slavery at the hand of the other races. In this version of events, an Argonian shaman created the disease using spores from the history. The main reason for this theory obviously is that the Argonians were the only ones who were immune to the flu, and honestly the Argonians did benefit quite a bit from the disease. Not only did it kill all of the foreigners in Blackmarsh, but it weakened every other province on Tamriel and made future invaders much more hesitant to invade the jungles of Blackmarsh. The second theory is that the Knahaten Flu was just simply a natural forming disease, such as the pandemic we're currently experiencing here on Earth. You'll have to make up your own mind on which version of events you believe, but either way, the Knahaten Flu changed Tamriel forever. Kind of a not so fun fact, two races went extinct from the flu, both the Lilmoth, a fox-like beast race of Blackmarsh, and the Kothringi, a silver-skinned man-like race, were killed off in the pandemic. If you're interested in knowing more about the Knahaten Flu, there's a lot of lore about the recovery effort from the disease in the Elsewhere expansion of ESO. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'm sorry things have been slow around here. I was hired recently by a fire department here in Connecticut, so I was at the fire academy 24/7, but with the virus going around, My classes have been suspended for now, so I'm back making videos. But stay safe out there, guys. We'll have a lot more content coming soon. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see ya in the next one.